Hello, this is Dr. Tina. Thank you for being here with me. It's been a while and I hope we will catch up soon. Today is a short topic I want us to discuss and tips that I have to share with you. How to survive, or easy ways or tips to survive 3 12-hour shifts. As nurses, we all know that the most shifts that most people do is 3 12-hour shifts, and it's not easy. It takes a toll on your body. It makes you feel miserable sometimes. It changes your pattern to sleep, which causes interruptions to sleep and all that. But today I have some tips to share with you. So the first thing I want you to do is to get yourself enough sleep. If, for instance, you supposed to work in the morning, then you must go to sleep by 8. You should be asleep so that you can get enough rest. And that way your body is rest, your mind is rest, and then you can get up early to get prepared and come to work. So number one is sleeping early. Number two is preparation. You must set everything or gather everything that you need appropriately before that day. For instance, I am found in such a way that I make sure I wash my things and iron them and hang them in my closet so that when it's time for me, I don't have to be looking for things. If my socks, I have a drawer for all the socks and I've paired them because I don't want a situation where I will find one socks and I cannot find the other. So I make sure all my socks are paired and are in my drawer. So they are ready. If I'm ready, I just grab them. I have about 3 sneakers that I use for work, and I usually wear white, so I have to make sure it's washed and clean. So just get yourself prepared, your materials, your clothes, everything. You iron them. I love wearing white, mostly white inside, white out, and so I make sure I iron them, I wash them, hang them, so that when I need it, I just shower, grab them without struggling or looking for it. That helps you set the ball rolling and makes it easy to flow through your day. So if, for instance, you're working 3 12-hour shifts, you must have about 3 or 4 uniforms ironed there. If you have 3 or 4 uniform iron, that is the goal. That means that you are not thinking of when you come, you are struggling to get something washed or wearing a dirty or on ironed clothes or something. So you have 3 or 4. For instance, me, I have 5 uniforms. I like 4 of them most, and so I make sure I iron all the 5. If I'm working 3 days, I'll be able to make a choice of which one to wear. I've ironed all of them, put them in a closet. So just get your things prepared, washing them, ironing them, and hanging them in your closet so that it will be easy to just grab and put on. That will cut even your struggle. Another way that you can survive 3 12-hour shifts is to prepare your mind. If you know that you're going to have 3 days, most people don't know how we go through, because most people work Monday through Friday, which is 8-hour shifts for them. And so when they hear nurses complaining about 12-hour shifts, they are like, yours is easy, it's just 3 days, but they don't think about the long hours you're gonna have. And so just get your mind, prepare your mind for it. One thing that I do to get my mind prepared is by reading the Word of God early in the morning when I wake up. That's my morning devotion. It has to come on because it sets my day rolling. And so I have to have my morning devotion and read something and then pray over it and ask God for guidance throughout the day so that it will make everything flow for me. And so after getting your mind prepared by doing something like your morning devotion, then the next thing I will encourage you to do is prepping your food. Prepping your food is very important, especially if you're going to do 12-hour shift. For instance, if I work day, I usually take food with me to the place or to the hospital. But if I work night, I try not to take food with me, because at night your body is not able to digest as supposedly. So I usually don't eat at night. But if you work day and you are taking food, you need to prep your food. We can prep it even a day before. So you can prep your food a day before you go to work. So you prep it, you put it in a nice bowl, you put it in the fridge, and then if it's easy to warm at work, it's easy. You put it in your lunch box and then you go. And that sets your day rolling because you got your mind ready, you get your food set, something you will love to eat or something you like to eat, and that way it gives you the joy, it gives you the joy. So just get your food prep a day before. Staying hydrated is very important, so make sure you take your water along. I usually encourage not too much juice or soda because there's so much high sugar content in them. But if you take water and you can put fruit flavors in them, like you can pour something like squeeze some lemon in the water to give us the flavor, and that helps. Or you can just cut pieces of fruit and put it in your water. That gives your water flavor to drink, and instead of relying on these high so make sure you stay hydrated. You can put fruits in your water, cut fruits you like into pieces and put them in the water, and that's even give you the joy. And so stay away from high sugar containing drinks, and that will keep you fit and healthy. The next tip is to get to work early. So as you wake up, you can take a warm bath to keep you going, and then you make sure. I just love to look good to come to work. That even boosts me. It makes me feel happy by getting myself together, making sure I have my everything jewelry on, making sure I dress properly. Nice, right? So making sure that I look good, and that boosts me to go to work because I'll be looking forward to dress nicely and come to work, and that alone is a booster. So you can do that, and that can get you throughout your day successfully. Make sure you get on the road early, about 15 to 30 minutes early, and that will help you not to rush on the road, and you can get even time to rest when you get to the parking lot. I love to listen to music and lot, so I just love to park at the parking lot, relax a little bit before heading towards the hospital. So that's what I do, and it keeps me going. Another tips is that when you get there early, you can review your charts or review patients' orders before you even get reports. That will give you the knowledge or background about your patients, and it will set your mind prepared, ready for everything. You won't be surprised. And so some places they do bedside reporting, but if you are not doing bedside reporting, after report you must run on your patients. You can use SBAR to take your report. SBAR is S is situation, B background of the patients, and also A is assessment, R is recommendation. It's the same one we use to give reports to others or to physicians. So after you take your report, you round on your patient as well to see if they are breathing, they are alive, they are not lethargic, they are on fluid, they are on blood transfusion or on heparin. That will help you know what is going on with your patient and his or her surrounding. And that helps you. It makes the day flow perfectly. And so I encourage you to do that. The next tip is getting comfortable shoe. When you are getting your things prepared, I want you to make sure your shoes are comfortable. I usually don't buy my size of shoe. I buy a bigger shoe with a sole in it. And so when you go to Amazon, they do have beautiful shoes you can get for cheap. Everybody see my shoe and they love it. It's a very cute shoe. I have blue, I have this, I have all white, I have so many shoes anyway. And so getting a comfortable shoe is very important. Getting comfortable shoe is very important because it will reduce the amount of pain that you will feel, or it will help you to endure all those hard floors that you'll be, because nursing is so stressful. You'll be running back forth the whole 12-hour shift, and it's not easy. Sometimes you even forget to drink water or sit down or take a break. But one thing I want to encourage you is to make sure that you stay hydrated. Take some breaks. I am fan of not taking break at all, but I'm a very relaxed person that I do myself accordingly and finish, and then I'll be sitting there just to rest. So in between, you can always take your water with you, to take a sips of those water to keep you hydrated, because most nurses complain about kidney stones, UTI, and all that, because they tend to keep the urine, because they are so busy they can't even take a break to use the restroom. So please take a break. You can have buddies. You can have buddies like your co-workers, somebody you buddy with, and the person will take care of your patients whilst you go to the restroom, and that's very important. So make sure you take break. You wear a comfortable shoe, take a break, and drink water to stay hydrated. Another tip that I've seen a lot of people recommend is wearing compression socks. So that helps blood flow, and so it's even recommended for our patients that are unable to walk or unable to get out of bed. And so it's very good if you can get that, and that will help you. I don't usually wear that, but a lot of people recommend about that, and I also think it's a good thing because we do that for our patients as well. And by the way, if you work in the night and you think you're gonna be hungry, so what I do is I work mostly night if I'm gonna be RN. I work day if I'm gonna be nurse practitioner. So, but during night, I make sure before I come to work I eat, because I don't like eating in the night because you tend to gain weight, and even if you don't gain weight, your belly tends to get bigger. And so I try to avoid that by eating. By 6 I should be, by 5 I should be eating, and by 6 I should be done eating. So but sometimes we run 12-hour shifts, and so you feel hungry because you'll be running the whole time. So you can put some snacks, healthy snacks, in your pockets that you can eat during your break time, and that is very helpful. It will keep you fit whilst keeping you from being or going hungry. Asking questions, sharing ideas, helping one another, or helping yourselves as nurses help you go through their 12-hour shift successfully and safely. And so I will urge you to have a buddy or to work together as a team with your colleagues, and that helps you go through 12-hour shifts successfully. So after your shift, you've given reports, everything was successful, and you get on the road. Especially if you work in the night, it's so hard to drive. You feel so sleepy. I can't count how many times I've drove off the road. So these are the tips that I use that help me to stay awake. I love to listen to music, and so I make sure I'm listening to music that I can sing along, can jump along, I can raise my hand and say, hey, thank you, God. I can do all that. That keeps me awake and alert. I also love to chew on something like fruits, especially apple. Apple is very good. You can chew on it little by little and you won't fall asleep. I used to chew on gums and it wasn't helping at all because I found myself sleeping whilst chewing the gum. And so, because when the sugar goes away, you feel sleepy. And so by chewing on something, fruits, it's very helpful. Nuts is very helpful. And then you can talk to somebody on the phone. Like I usually run similar shifts with one of my friends, so we used to talk a lot because she drives a long way. So we used to be on the phone chatting, and that keeps us alert and awake. And you can do that. You can call somebody you love to talk to, and then you'll be chatting, and that keeps you alert. When you get home, you take a hot bath because you've been in the hospital for that long, so you need to clean all those infections away from you. And so you need to take a hot bath and you take a rest. When you are sleeping, make sure your room is dark or dim so that it will give you the comfort or prepare the room for sleep. And also you can use a blindfold to wear it so that you can sleep. Make sure the place is calm, cozy, and if you have children, it's hard. I have children and they disturb a lot, and so what I do sometimes is as I finish taking shower, I shower them as well. After showering them, I shower them as well. And so shower them, give them the breakfast, and then give them something to do. And something they love to do. And as they do that, they will leave you alone for about an hour or two before they start disturbing you again. But if you don't have any kids, you take your shower, you make sure your room is dim, and then you sleep. I hope these tips helps. Let's recap everything. So the day before, you get your mind ready, you sleep and prepare your clothes, everything, you iron them, you hang them appropriately, you pair your socks, your shoes, comfortable shoes. Then you eat before coming, or when you come, you get on the road early, you take your report, review your patient's charts, run on them, and take breaks, stay hydrated. And also when you are coming home, you make sure you talk or do something that will keep you alert, by speaking on the phone with somebody, or eating something like apple, and that helps, or listening to something you like music. I hope these tips helps. Stay blessed. Again, this is Dr. Tina, and these are my tips to survive 3 12-hour shifts. You have a good day. Remember to subscribe to my channel and share this link. I love you. Stay blessed. God bless you. Bye.